I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Our August 2009 edition of Prophecy in the News has a cover story about a new world coin. Gary Stearman is here to discuss this new coin that was introduced a few weeks ago at the G8 meeting. Gary, tell us about it.
Well, it was at the Italian meeting of the G8, July 8th through 10th, and it was at a photo op. All the leaders of the world gathered on the plaza, photographers, reporters. Dmitry Medvedev, the president of Russia, reached into his pocket, pulled out a gold coin, he held it up, and he says, "This coin, on it says unity in diversity," and he said it concerns everyone now, even the mints. And JR, he says, this is the future. You can see it and touch it. He held this coin up and said, get used to the idea of a single world currency. What's fascinating to me is that he had the nerve to stand up and make that proclamation on that day.
With all of the news media there.
Yes.
Well, this coin is a prototype of the future world currency. They are determined, the G8 and the G20, which met in April, with other meetings scheduled for the future, to establish a new world currency to get away from the U.S. dollar. Our currency, which has been the premier currency of all the world for so many years, and by the way, that's why they say when we get the sniffles, the rest of the world gets pneumonia.
That's it.
Because all the world's currencies and economies are tied to the dollar. And all we have to do is create a significant problem, a financial problem in America to cause the rest of the world to just knuckle under, shall we say. We control a lot with the dollar.
We do, but JR, here's the backstory in this event. When we think of Russia, we don't think of great financial expertise. Vladimir Putin is a KGB man. He's a rough, tough guy. However, Dmitry Medvedev is considered a finance and legal expert. Russia's third president. By the way, when the Republic of Russia was born after the fall of the Soviet Union, the idea was to have private corporations that could deal in a capitalist trading setting. Well, Dmitry figured out a way, JR, for the state of Russia to insert its little tentacles into private corporations so that the state could control them. He was a legal expert and head of the Russian International Relations Committee, which is kind of a cover group for a state planning corporation. And he figured out a way to make Gazprom, Russia's largest energy country, fall under state control. And he did it by legal means.
Amazing. Did he take over the car company too?
He probably tried.
What about the financial institutions? Doesn't that sound strangely familiar? It's the way the world is going, Gary.
It is.
The world is turning, and these politicians, these bought and paid for politicians, I mean the best politicians money can buy, have been turning the world into a socialist communist state.
And the coin is emblazoned with all the figures of global socialism or communism. It's unity and diversity. On the obverse face of the coin, it says United Future World Currency. And the people who are promoting the coin say that it is promoting progress, development, and well-being. In other words, state control, transfer of wealth, giving from the rich to the poor. In other words, communism.
Well, Gary, I see on one side of this coin a tree with 5 different leaves on it.
Yeah.
It's not one tree, but it's a conglomerate of trees. What's your take on that?
Well, my take on it is that literally it echoes the words of Jesus in Luke chapter 21. He's talking about the fig tree, and he says to the disciples, behold the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, you see and know of your own selves that summer is nigh. Summer being a key word for the harvest, which Jesus said is the end of the world. In other words, the latter days. And on this coin, we have all these leaves representing nations.
Amazing. Well, I want you to get this magazine and read it for yourself, will you? It's the cover story of our August 2009 edition of Prophecy in the News magazine. There are a number of other interesting stories. I have part 7 on the ancient book of Enoch. Gary has written on Iran's new stealth missile, and he has also written an article on the sun, the prophecies under the sun. And so there's a number of interesting articles here. I think you would do well to get it. Just order it today. Will you? Call the phone number at the bottom of your screen and order Prophecy in the News magazine. I would also encourage you to subscribe for the next year. You'll help us to be able to pay for airtime, keep this website going. So let us hear from you. Join the family of Prophecy in the News viewers and have a vital part in the financial interest or needs of this ministry. And by the way, during these summer days, I just want to tell you that we are hurting financially. It's just one of those things that happens every summer. So please, a gift, an offering, the best you can do. God will bless you for it. Help us to be able to keep things moving until we hear the shout and we're out of here. I'm J.R. Church, Gary Stearman. Until next time, keep looking for the second coming of Jesus Christ. He's coming soon. We'll see you again Monday with our analysis of the news.